set something back up again here. So much. I apologize. Hit mute. Go. Boom. Boom. Alright, I think we're okay. Yeah, I guess so. I don't want to make videos because I don't want to see my ugly, stupid face on this crud. I still don't feel well. I thought I was going to blarf like several moments ago. I had some good lyric ideas coming up and everything, though. Not from blarfing, but might as well. Maybe that's where a lot of my words come from. Sometimes I look back and it seems like this. I don't know. Hey, some words right here. In this sense of me of anti-pain, there's a lot more to do than burning up in the sun. If you could turn me over to passion, we could find sweet resolve. And if you snare at my larynx, I won't have you involved. I don't know, you turn that into a song and stuff like that. I have to rebound to really put everything into being satisfied and having horrible sleep schedules on purpose rather than having them how it goes typically, and all that kind of thing. But I do think there's at least, let's say you make like 500 songs or something, you're going to have at least 5 that are somewhat decent, so it's a starter goal for this scenario. Anyway. Yet again, I guess I'm just going to talk for a second or something like that. I'm going to probably remove a guitar or two out of my possession, but who wants one that says low marsupial hidden on it and then obvious on it and all that kind of thing? I don't know what I was thinking with stuff. I just have things around and I can't stop enamoring with like trying to work on things and all that kind of stuff. Just like this hood that I made. I might look ridiculous in it and maybe nobody wants to see it. Who would ever want to see something like that? Let's just have a laugh at it, I guess. It's almost like I'm probably the worst nephew anybody could have or something like that. I don't know. It's a real riot, I suppose. I have a lot of bad qualities, So, anyway. I'm pretty sure that I have 2 B strings here because this E actually broke. And it only broke because I was messing with the nut up here and I used a box cutter to deepen the nut slot and then it messed up. So then I had to get a guitar string or something to round it out as much as I could. So, I don't know. So it could bust the string again just tuning it, I don't know. I can't play really well tonight or anything, but I don't know. Man. So, I don't know. I have a ridiculous amount of songs saved up and everything. I'm going to brace myself and get that desktop turned on. See if any of the hard drives still function or not. My main goal was to get like a couple of the WD red drives, which I think are typically what are they called? Like data center hard drives. Kind of like okay for them to just always be on. They're not like those little portable Seagate ones and the Toshiba ones or whatever that, and the portable WD ones either. So I did recover one entire year of stuff that had a disk error for some reason. I think the cable going, it was like an internal drive in a mini tower I had, and I think the cable was like a little bit bickery, and something messed up big time on it. So I had a lot of wild fox videos. That was like the only time I've ever seen a family of them up the road, and then I had a whole bunch of other like files. I think Stone Set Stone, the original sessions for that song, were on there and got enamored, so it's caused a giant headache for me to kind of displace actually even wanting to get involved with sorting anything out and all that kind of thing, but I don't know. So that Zoom H6 is supposed to be like shipping at like December 12th or December 18th or something from what I looked at, so it's like a whole month away, but when I have that in, I don't know, I think I'll be a little bit more inspired to actually just make things and release things and all that. It's like the worst feeling in the world being that beggar kind of person about like, hey, if anyone tips enough, or it's not tipping, if anyone gets anything that's made already, and I get to like $45, that's like almost 2 years of DistroKid, rather than CD Baby. So with DistroKid, I could just put as many things up as I feel like making without it being $15 per release like it is on CD Baby, and as long as I skip using Spotify, then I won't have to deal with that nasty thing that Spotify does, which is if you get your album botted, you get in trouble for it, even if you're not the one that did it. And that's a huge task to monitor your playlists and everything if others are trying to screw you or whatever. So I had like 6 albums, have a couple songs off of them, each get botted, and then like they all got removed, and that's a whole big story that I spoke about before, but I never know. I never know what of these videos I upload and I don't upload. You know, I really almost thought I was going to make a real video soon, again too, but until that day comes, I'm just doing this, sitting here and talking, and all that kind of thing, so. I'll try not to gripe about so much stuff. I haven't really had things going so well, and I realize I gripe a lot and all that kind of thing. Usually it's just kind of a healing mechanism to me, because I'm not really all in at it and everything. I realize the words you choose to speak, however, are typically what you're defined by. And you don't really always have, yourself recording when you're having a good time or anything, because you're too busy living in the moment of enjoying things. But if I can so happen to record while I'm enjoying moments of my life, that would be spiffy and all that kind of thing, I think, anyway. So, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just, existing for a few at this very moment, though, which is nice. I bet you never seen that before, huh? I don't know. But it's a lot of collective rage and a lot of tension that gets batted about on this universe called existence and everything. And that's no fun. I'm not a big giant fan of that, honestly. You sometimes you have to partake, or you find yourself partaking in things that you're not a big fan of and all that. So I made a video earlier, and then I didn't upload it, but I ended up getting that title for that camper in the mail, and then when I got it in the mail, the whole slot of the camper, or the whole slot of the letter was open, and it came in a plastic bag, and I thought, oh, is mail fraud happening? And then I called the post office, because I'm like, what do I do if I think like I was supposed to get more in this letter with the title in it? By the way, when I talk, the top on this guitar actually vibrates quite nice if I set it just like this, and that's a good sign. But then I called the post office, and so they said, oh yeah, no, what happened was one of your neighbors got your letter, and they didn't know it was not theirs, and they opened it, and then the next day they sent it back to the post office. And then I read through my title for my camper, and I'm like, well, what kind of information is on this letter then? Did they just I got to thinking, because it sounds like BS to me. Maybe it's true, I guess, but you should have saw the outside of the letter and left it be, didn't open it. because I had to pay like $350 or something for that camper title, so I wanted to make sure everything that they sent to me was actually in there. You know, I had no clue if I have to have like a sticker for registration that gets sent via that, or if the sticker for any registration comes from having to take the camper anywhere, which is impossible because it's a fifth wheel and I don't have the truck for it. My next goal is to get a drivable one, however impossible. That's a sarcastic thing. By the way, you know, there's a thing called Ko-fi that I added on my links, and it's supposed to be one of those whole get this person a coffee thing. I don't expect that to actually ever work. I expect to get yelled at by the world or patronized for even perceiving the idea that I would even intend to do that, which makes it kind of funny for me, I guess. But then it says something like, give me a cup of coffee if you want, or a drivable RV. And I figure someday, you know, somebody will be rolling a wheel and they'll be like, oh yeah, this person here, oh, they want a drivable RV? Oh, I'll just get them a really nice one. So that's why that's there. It's because of fate. Not the fate of you getting that letter in the mail, the one you've been waiting for, and then just having it be where it's the one letter you're waiting for, and the mail person just happens to deliver it to the wrong address, and then the neighbor doesn't bring it to you, but opens it and takes it out. And I was looking at it and I was thinking like, man, this is like a $350 piece of paper, and there's all these smudges and shit on it. I'm thinking like, fuck, man. Like, okay, don't consider this a bad omen. Try to find out what blessings actually are around or whatever, you know. I don't know. And then a giant birdhouse came and fell on my head. Now, the last part didn't happen. But I do have the title for that camper now, and I'm going to figure out what to do, I guess. It's really great. It's a really great camper. I have other plans now at this point, and I don't know how much in the hole I'll be if I do find myself with a drivable one. But I think my life reason could get fulfilled a hell of a lot better, you know? So, anyway, one more second. I'm not getting into actually playing anything. I just kind of see what I can fill out. In case you didn't know, I'd hate to advertise this as a guitar playing video, because it looks like it. You're just sitting there with the guitar in front of you, but... yeah, just like that. Anyway, I'm exhausted. I'm not gonna go too much into trying to figure out what you're supposed to do in some certain kinds of situations and everything like that. I think typically I'm pretty good at going full scorched earth in situations where I'm supposed to have patience and all that kind of thing, so I'm supposed to have patience, huh? I'm just gonna heat up, it's you know, it's 9 at night, I'm gonna heat up a cup of some water and put some instant coffee in it, mix some chocolate milk and milk into it, make it hopefully taste palatable, but it won't be. Take some more of this, this stuff. It's something I'd never taken before in my life, but like I said, I need to build my immune system back up. And I don't have to use the other video now to do this, but it's mushroom powder stuff, and it's supposed to build your immune system really good. And it's impossible to take off of a spoon because it clumps right up into the roof of your mouth like a new experience in life. But I like that sensation because I know that it's legit stuff regarding that, you know. I'm not wearing a thing that goes, I don't wear shirts up this high. That's ridiculous. I don't want to give the impression, false advertisement to the world. I like a neck scoop. I like my neck to breathe. I wasn't born to be a clamored ostrich. I wasn't born to be a suffocated ostrich or an ostrich in a precarious, unwanted situation. I like to stretch my vision out and have a good look around, not be constricted. Being constricted is not one of the things that I enjoy very much. So you'll have to take your bows, your bow ties, and your boa constrictors and keep them far out of reach from me, because I wouldn't be reaching for them anyway. So anyway. Yeah, I'm not really going to play guitar. Like I said, I have to sit with this here to talk and all that, so. Anyway, I guess that's how things are going. It's the 14th of November and all that. And I'm gonna get my ass back up, turn the fan on, because I always have a fan on in the background wherever the hell I am. I always bring one around. Not really, but might be a good thing to do, I guess, you know. I could always be wasting resources of energy at any time. So, anyway, I got some stuff I've been making and all that. Instead of illustrating anything at all anymore, like I said a million times, I've just been tailoring clothing and fixing boots and buying some of the dumbest face masks in the world, the dumbest winter masks or whatever, the type that you can just kind of like have as a neck scarf and also be able to like take a nice long winter walk, because I just wanted to have some things to be able to like stay warm, so that if the winter months come and I'm stuck around here, which it looks like I'm gonna be in New York, central New York, and having to just entertain my own aspects of cardio and all that kind of thing, I can not get super chapped faced and frigidly freezing and all that kind of thing. So even if you know, I have a royal blue face mask that looks absolutely ridiculous, I tend to find it very comfortable and all that kind of thing. So don't mind me going about in one and keeping on breaking in my boots, because I'm going to keep wearing these leather boots until my toes pop out, the tips of them, and then I'll fix them where my toes aren't popping out anymore, because if I want to keep wearing them, then they need to cover your toes, obviously enough. So these strings are very, very gonzo, by the way, and they're very dead strings, but for some reason no, they don't sound so good there, but using your finger, your flesh to the string sounds pretty nice. Anyway, that's my video.